Hello, I'm glad you're here. I'm NatsMan, and I'm reading the Bible from the beginning to the end, from Genesis to Revelations. Please join me in this journey and make God's Word a part of your everyday life. This is video number 59, and today we're reading from the book of Deuteronomy, starting in chapter 3. This is Deuteronomy 3. Then we turned and went up the way of Bashan. Og, the king of Bashan, came out against us, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. The Lord said to me, "Don't fear him, for I have delivered him, with all his people and his land, into your hand. You shall do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon." So the Lord our God also delivered into our hand Og, the king of Bashan, and all his people. We struck him until no one was left to him remaining. We took all his cities at that time. There was not a city which we didn't take from him. 60 cities, all the region of Argob, the kingdom of Og in Bashan. All these were cities fortified with high walls, gates, and bars, in addition to a great many villages without walls. We utterly destroyed them, as we did to Sihon, king of Heshbon, utterly destroying every inhabited city with the women and the little ones. But all the livestock and the plunder of the cities we took for plunder for ourselves. We took the land at that time out of the hand of the 2 kings of the Amorites who were beyond the Jordan, from the valley of the Arnon to Mount Hermon. The Sidonians call Hermon Sirion, and the Amorites call it Senir. We took all the cities of the plain, and all Gilead, and all Bashan, to Salcah and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og in Bashan, for only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of the Rephaim. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. Is it in Rabath of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was its length, and 4 cubits its width, after the cubit of a man. This land we took in possession at that time from Aroer, which is by the valley of the Arnon, and half the hill country of Gilead with its cities. I gave to the Reubenites and to the Gadiites and the rest of Gilead, and all Bashan, the kingdom of Og. I gave to the half-tribe of Manasseh all the region of Argob, even all Bashan. The same is called the land of Rephaim. Jar, the son of the Manasseh, took all the region of Argob to the border of the Geshurites and the Maacathites, and called them, even Bashan, after his own name, Havoth Jar, to this day. I gave Gilead to Mishar, to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites. I gave from Gilead even to the valley of the Arnon, the middle of the valley, and its borders, even to the river Jabbok, which is the border of the children of Ammon, and Arabeth also, and the Jordan and its border, from Chinnereth even to the sea of the Arabath, the salt sea under the slopes of Pisgah eastward. I commanded you at that time, saying, "The Lord your God has given you this land to possess it. All of you, men of valor, shall pass over armed before your brothers, the children of Israel. But your wives and your little ones and your livestock, I know that you have much livestock, shall live in your cities which I have given you, until the Lord gives rest to your brothers as to you, and they all possess the land which the Lord your God gives them beyond the Jordan. Then you shall each return to his own possession, which I have given you." I commanded Joshua at that time, saying, Your eyes have seen all that the Lord your God has done to these two kings. So shall the Lord do to all the kingdoms where you go over. You shall not fear them, for the Lord your God himself fights for you. I begged God at that time, saying, Lord God, you have begun to show your servant your greatness and your strong hand. For what God is there in heaven or in earth that can do the works like yours, and mighty acts like yours? Please let me go over and see the good land that is beyond the Jordan, that fine mountain, and Lebanon. But the Lord was angry with me because of you, and didn't listen to me. The Lord said to me, that is enough. Speak no more to me of this matter. Go up to the top of Pisgah, and lift up your eyes westward, and northward, and southward, and eastward, and see with your eyes. You shall not go over the Jordan, but commission Joshua, and encourage him, and strengthen him, for he shall go over before this people, and he shall cause them to inherit the land which you shall see. So we stayed at the valley near Beth Peor. That was Deuteronomy 3. We'll go to Deuteronomy 4. Now Israel, listen to the statutes and to the ordinances which I teach you, to do them, that you may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord, the God of your fathers, gives you. You shall not add to the word which I command you, neither shall you take away from it, that you may keep the commands of the Lord, your God, which I command you. Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal Peor, and for the Lord, your God, has destroyed all the men who followed Baal Peor from amongst you. But you, who were faithful to the Lord, your God, are all alive today. Behold, I have taught you statutes and ordinances, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that I should do so in the middle of the land where you go in to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the peoples who shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation. It is a wise and understanding people. For what great nation is there that has a God so near to them as the Lord our God is whenever we call on him? What great nation is there that has statutes and ordinances so righteous as all this law which I set up before you today? Only be careful and keep your soul diligently, lest you forget the things which your eyes saw, and lest they depart from your heart all the days of your life. But make them known to your children and your children's children, the day that you stood before the Lord your God in Horeb, when the Lord said to me, assemble the people to me, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they live on the earth, and that they may teach their children. You came near and stood under the mountain burnt with fire to the heart of the sky, with darkness, cloud, and thick darkness. The Lord spoke to you out of the middle of the fire. You heard the voice of words, but you saw no form. You only heard the voice. He declared to you his covenant, which has commanded you to perform, even the 10 Commandments. He wrote them on 2 stone tablets. The Lord commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and ordinances, that you might do them in the land where you go to possess it. But be very careful, for you saw no kind of form on the day that the Lord spoke to you in Horeb out of the middle of the fire, lest you corrupt yourself and make yourselves a carved image in the form of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any animal that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged bird that flies in the sky, the likeness of anything that creeps on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is under the water, under the earth. Unless you lift up your eyes to the sky, and when you see the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the army of the sky, you are drawn away and worship them, and serve them which the Lord your God has allotted to all the peoples under the sky. But the Lord has taken you and brought you out of the iron furnace, out of Egypt, to be to him a people of inheritance, as it is today. Furthermore, the Lord was angry with me for your sakes, and swore that I should not go over the Jordan, and that I should not go in to that good land which the Lord your God gives you for an inheritance. But I must die in this land. I must not go over the Jordan, but you shall go and possess that good land. Be careful lest you forget the covenant of the Lord your God, which he made with you, and make yourselves a carved image in the form of anything which the Lord your God has forbidden you. For the Lord your God is a devouring fire, a jealous God. When you father children and children's children, and have been long in the land, and then corrupt yourselves, and make a carved image in the form of anything, and do that which is evil in the Lord your God's sight, to provoke him to anger, I call heaven and earth to witness against you today, that you will soon utterly perish off the land which you go over the Jordan to possess it. You will not prolong your days on it, but will utterly be destroyed. The Lord will scatter you amongst the peoples, and you will be the left few in numbers amongst nations where the Lord will lead you away. There you will serve gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. But from there you shall seek the Lord your God, and you will find him when you search after him with all your heart and with all your soul. When you are in oppression, and all these things have come to you, in the latter days you shall return to the Lord your God and listen to his voice. For the Lord your God is a merciful God. He will not fail you, nor destroy you, nor forget the covenant of your fathers which he swore to you. For ask now of the days that is past, which were before you, since the day that God created man on earth, and from the one end of the sky to the other, whether there has been anything as great as this thing is, or has been heard like it. Did a people ever hear the voice of God speaking out of the middle of a fire, as you have heard and live? Or has God tried to go and take a nation for himself amongst other nations, by trials, by signs, by wonders, by war? But a mighty hand, by an outstretched arm, and by great terrors, according to all that the Lord your God did for you in Egypt before your eyes, it was shown to you, so that you might know that the Lord is God. There is no one else beside him. Out of heaven he made you to hear his voice, and he might instruct you. On earth he made you to see his great fire, and you heard his words out of the middle of the fire. Because he loved your fathers, therefore he chose their offspring after them, and brought you out from his presence with his great power out of Egypt, to drive out nations from before you, greater and mightier than you, to bring him in, to give you their inheritance for to give you their land for an inheritance, as it is today. Know therefore today, and take it to heart, that the Lord himself is God in heaven above and on the earth beneath. There is no one else. You shall keep his statutes and his commandments, which I command you today, that it may go well with you and your children after you, and that you may prolong your days in the land which the Lord your God gives you for all time. Then Moses set apart 3 cities beyond the Jordan towards the sunrise, that the manslayer might flee them who kills his neighbor unintentionally and didn't hate him in time past, and that fleeing to one of these cities he might live. Bezer in the wilderness in the plain city for the Reubenites, and Ramoth in Gilead for the Gideonites, and Golan in Pashir for the Manassites. This is the law which Moses set before the children of Israel. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the ordinances which Moses spoke to the children of Israel when he came out of Egypt, beyond the Jordan in the opposite valley near Peor, in the land of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived at Heshbon, whom Moses and the children of Israel struck when they came out of Egypt. They took possession of his land and the land of Og, named of King Bashan, the two kings of the Amorites who were beyond the Jordan toward the sunrise, from Aroer, which is in the edge of the valley of Arnon, even to Mount Sion, also called Hermon, and all the Arabic beyond the just Jordan eastward, even to the sea of the Arabah, under the slopes of Pisgah. That ends chapter 4. We will stop there today. That was the book of Deuteronomy, chapters 3 and 4, on video number 59. I would like to thank you for joining me in this project, this endeavor to read the entire Bible. I hope you enjoy listening as much as I enjoy reading it. Please feel free to comment if you so desire, and also please subscribe and give this a thumbs up. I hope you come back for the next video, and until then, thank you. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm NatsMan, and I'm